Welcome back, everybody. Episode 46 with my fellas Mike Rivera, Alex Sherman. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back, eh?
How was Europe?
Yeah, well rested.
It was good, man. Yeah, well rested. Yeah, it was.
By the pool with a margarita.
I don't know if they have pools in Poland, but it was dark, gray.
Snowy.
It snowed. It rained, and it was kind of cold. Just but cold in every which way.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just it's a great experience. There's no doubt. And we toured around a little bit on whatever night it was. My kid wanted to go to the mall. The team went to the mall on their day off, so we kind of tagged along. And I didn't get to see that side of Poland the last time we were there. And we were downtown in Katowice, and they had a big Christmas show. The downtown was decorated. It was actually really nice.
That's cool.
And then we were in some mall, and there was probably 6 stories at least, and massive and and just absolutely packed up to your assholes and our elbows. You know what I mean? It was just it was packed in there, but it was cool. The team, they went 1-2. Got shit kicked against Poland. Got shit kicked against Korea.
There you go.
And then they won in a shootout, like a 15-round freaking shootout against Taipei. I think that's who they played. And I'll show you a video after. I'm not gonna, I showed Mikey yesterday. You're gonna piss your pants.
I'm ready.
It was pretty funny. Needless to say, in one of the rounds of the shootout, one of the players from Mexico tripped over the blue line.
I was gonna say missed the puck.
Tripped over the blue line and then failed to get up and fell down again. But it was I felt bad, but I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And because it was funny. It was funny. And I'm not going to post the video. And so I wanted to, and I asked my kid, I'm like, hey, can I? And she's like, yeah, man, absolutely. I'm like, then I thought about it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want that done to me.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting soft in my older age.
I think so.
Because normally I would just blow it up for sure. But I think getting a little soft. But overall, it was a good experience. I was gone, 6 days, and I think I traveled for 4. Seems about right. Slept for about 20 hours during the entire trip. Yeah, man.
What'd you eat? Pierogies, guamki?
Oh, man, we had some pierogies, man. They were so flipping good.
Kluski, anything?
I had McDonald's.
Anything cool at McDonald's in
Dude,
Poland? There's got to be something
the McDonald's in Poland is off the charts. They had a sausage McMuffin, but they had some special sauce on it. And it was really, really good. But they had burritos filled with healthy shit. The food over there is unbelievable.
Can you define healthy shit?
Yeah.
Not like
what was in it?
I don't know what's in it, dude. There was lettuce, there was onions, tomatoes, there was
so it was like a salad.
Like white, the egg white's not the yolk in there, but it was just good. Wow. It wasn't your typical double cheeseburger and the grease coming out of it, and it was actually really, really good.
They have any crazy concoctions like a pierogi burger where there's 2 pierogies?
Didn't see a pierogi with a burger. No, did not see that. But we ate, had pierogies, which were absolutely delicious. My daughter was pissed off because she's like, she was staying at the team hotel, and they get limited stuff, right? And they're not allowed to go out and about. And she's like, hey, can you bring me some pierogies? Yeah, absolutely. So I go to order the pierogies, and the guy's like, kitchen's closed. And I'm like, my daughter is not going to believe this. She's going to think that.
Can I film you saying
I'm taking
this?
pictures, and I'm sending it to her, and she's like, oh, yeah, those look so good. I'm like, well, they freaking are. She's like, can you bring? Yeah. So I asked the dude, and he's like, sorry, man, we just closed the kitchen. I'm like, for real, man? I said, you know what kind of shit I'm going to get in because of you, dude? And so I called my daughter. I said, here, dude, you're going to tell her that the kitchen's closed. So he did. It was pretty funny, and she still didn't believe me. But she did pretty good in the tournament herself. She, got a couple penalties each game, which is normal. She didn't get suspended, which is not normal.
That's good.
With only 3 games, that's good.
It is good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. But she did well, man. The team did well overall.
She's smartening up a little bit.
She is, she is, and she committed while she was over there. She actually committed to. The hell is she going?
What a
Yeah.
dad you
What
are.
an announcement.
I'll think of it. No, Scott Fisher in Rochester. So she's going
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
D3.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She committed over the weekend,
Good for
or
her.
when we were there. She which was good. So good for you, Cameron. Proud of you, kid.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
good job, Cameron.
She talked to the coach, both at Culver. He's pretty excited, and then obviously she's pretty excited as well. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know it's been up in the air for a while with her. So
Well, it's been like, just a grind with, and you guys, you deal with it now on a different level, but both as dads, when your kids, if they play, and they get to this, it's just a different animal.
Yeah.
Like the stress that these kids go through and the pressure that they put themselves on, I don't agree with it.
It's a
lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be dealing with this kind
No.
of stuff, but they are.
Yeah.
It's D1 or bust, and it doesn't have to be that way.
no,
Because
Not at
there's,
all.
she turned down a couple, and I think where she's at right now is the best fit for her, both as playing and educationally. So
And that's what it is. It's best fit
Yeah.
and go where you're wanted.
yeah, and she's wanted, which is great. So anyway, enough of that. So it was a good time. Glad to be back, and here we are, right in time for the weekend.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? Good week of practice so far?
So far, yeah. Yesterday was a little bit slow, a little bit different, just some constraints on us. But today was better. Started out slow, and then we picked it up as it went along.
That's good. That's good. Cold out there, I tell you that.
Yeah, I had the winter coat on today, so
I saw that.
very rarely do I pop that out, but today was one.
So this past weekend, and I watched both games while I was over there, and I think that threw me off a bunch with the sleep and everything. But big weekend on Friday, the game was huge. Guys played well.
Absolutely.
Followed it up on Saturday.
Yep.
Which is great. Good to see, and so let's keep that momentum going. And this weekend we got Odessa.
Yep.
Which is not going to be an easy task.
No. We've already lost once to them, and they've beat Lone Star, Corpus. They've
been splitting with everyone.
Shreveport too, I think. So
Shout out to T to go.
Tea to go.
Unsweetened tea. This stuff is phenomenal.
It is good tea. Yeah, no, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be ready to go. I like the way we played this past weekend. I think that we were in the driver's seat for both games for almost all 60. Took some penalties, need to clean those up a little bit on Saturday night. Let them creep back into it when we could have just completely put them away. But the offense is coming around. The forecheck is coming around.
Yeah.
I thought we were played with a lot of pace and really, took it to them. And if we can carry that kind of pace over this weekend, I think we'll be successful.
I think it'll be great.
Yeah, for sure. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that it's the weekend before Christmas break, so it's always a tough time of the year, and trying to keep the guys.
The one good thing about it is I think playing on the road is better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Than at home.
I agree with that.
1,000% agree with that.
Because we all been there, we've all done it, and when you're playing and it's your last game before you go away, what are you doing? You're having a good time after that game, I promise you.
Yep.
And when you're on the road, you're limited.
Yep, for sure.
100%.
And
Yeah.
you're thinking about the task in hand, and hopefully Odessa's thinking about other things.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But
I mean, even this last week of practice, it's like your last week of school before Christmas break. They're not teaching you anything. It's like pizza parties and Christmas parties, right? Because you can't keep the kids focused. Yeah.
Charlie Brown
I
Christmas.
think we're yeah. They roll the TV in.
But it's tough, man. Like the focus, because it's a long season, and guys get banged up and they want to tire. They want to break, man.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
our break is short, so the guys will leave whatever, get back Saturday late or early Sunday morning. Would imagine most of the guys are flying out Sunday, and then they're going to have to be back. Shoot,
The following Sunday.
yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Just in time for the road trip on Tuesday.
They really only get 5 days home if you count the travel day,
Yeah.
right? Take those 2 out. So for them, they get to make the most out of it. But I think that's what you need. Like a couple days away from the rink like that consecutively in a row makes such a big difference to kind of refresh yourself and get back into it.
Oh, for sure.
For us too.
Yeah.
And so you guys, when do you come back and then you play New Mexico, right, on the Tuesday?
It's
Monday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yep.
30th and 31st.
Awesome. And then it's off to
Then-
Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah. Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting too.
And then we're home for 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
That'll be good.
So,
Yeah.
Or no. Yeah.
The crowd on Saturday was awesome,
yeah,
huh?
It was awesome.
Just packed in
Oh,
here
sellout. Yeah. It was
for
great.
sure. Well, anytime we announce it in the first period, it's good. Normally we wait till the second period, just because let people come in. But I heard the announcement come after
Yeah.
on the first period. I was like, shoot, man,
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was,
coming in.
you know it's going to be a good night when there's good amount of bodies in warm-ups because El Paso's a late crowd.
Yeah.
And so when you see those bodies in warm-ups, all right, tonight's going to be a sellout.
And it only gets better in the second half.
Yeah.
And we all know that. And we've been doing this a long time. And right around the holidays, Thanksgiving on, the crowd picks up a little bit. And then after the new year, it's just constant both Friday and Saturdays. It's good.
For sure.
No, looking forward to it.
The old NA3 was in the showcase this past weekend. And 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think it was. They got shitbagged on the first game.
Yeah, against Wilmar.
Which they did.
That's not the first time that's happened.
No, because we saw that last year, too.
No. Well, I was saying it. Didn't they lose to Wilmer 2 years ago? Before?
I think so.
Yeah. We didn't lose to Wilmer last year. We lost to Alexandria.
Oh, sorry.
8-2.
Sorry.
We put 2 in.
But, it's tough, right? You play a different team and whatever. And then the second game, who they placed, the second one was
Titans.
And that was a much better outing there. Because they got a decent club. And we lost 3 rip. And then last night they pulled it out, man.
Yeah. That first game at the showcase is hard because you're there and there's so many people and there's so much stuff going on. Trying to stay focused. I mean,
and it is that is true.
And we had it's the travel. We came a lot farther than Wilmer had to go. That's for sure.
Sure.
Not making excuses, but it's hard to get acclimated and
100%.
jump in and do
Settle in, yeah.
And playing like a lot of these kids, like first time playing, with schools there, like a lot of schools, and they're down in the hallways after talking to the kids. And I talked to Steve-O, like there was some schools talking to the players, which is awesome.
Yeah,
that's what it's about, is advancing these players to whatever they want to do in the future.
Absolutely.
And that's the NHL does a really, really good job, and the NA3 they do such a good job at these showcases. I believe that.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
it's a spectacle.
I think one of the hardest things about playing at the showcase and things like that, even back to when I played, is all the families that come, right? So you're a couple days away from Christmas break. You have all the parents there. So the kids, rightfully so, they want to go eat with their families. Yeah. And I think sometimes there's it's almost forgotten that we're here for business and these points count towards the standings.
Sure.
These are our college opportunities. And it becomes more of like a vacation. And that's the hardest thing is keeping them focused because you want to let the kids spend time with their families. They haven't seen them in how long. And so just keeping them focused and dialed with all that going on, it's difficult.
You nailed it on the head because that's to keep the focus is tough, especially in that situation, that surrounding, and then at Christmas time when they know they're flying home from there. Yeah. The majority of the kids every year, hey, can I go with my parents to eat after how do you say no? Because the parents travel and you let them go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it is what it is. There's been talks about moving it earlier. I don't know if that would ever happen, but would that take away from, or would that help kids being more focused, doing it earlier in the year so they're not burnt out, halfway through at Christmas time?
It would hurt the college side of things because most, for example, there's a lot of ACHA schools there right now, and they were all done. And so if you do it earlier in the semester, a lot of the head coaches go out there. Yeah. Now they can't, and can they send an assistant? Can they afford, maybe the assistant's coaching the D2 team or something like that too? So that's where I think it would be more difficult is just the amount of colleges that would go. But would the players be more focused? Yep.
And that's what I mean, right? I don't know if it would be better, because there's always talking.
Or go January. I mean, after Christmas,
right?
The kids are a little more into the systems and dialed, and then they had their break and school's
come
still
back
out.
Fresh, yeah.
I can tell you that every board of governors meeting that I go to for the NA, it's a conversation.
Yeah.
Especially after we'll have one in January, February, and this will be on the ballot to talk about. Should we move the showcase?
The NA3 or the NA showcase?
Both.
I think the NA showcase is too early.
That's a talk. It's been a talk for years. Should it be moved? Should it not? Should the location? Everybody, not everybody. I think Blaine does a good job. Yeah. It's central, so to speak. Could Dallas do it? Yeah. Could we do it? No.
No. Yeah.
And I don't think anybody on the South could do it besides Dallas. The Brahmas. I just don't think anybody has the facilities for it.
Yeah.
I think the kicker with the NA showcase is that with it being so early, teams are still figuring out their rosters, and there's a lot of kids playing in games that may or may not be in this league come the end of the season. So
for sure.
Colleges are watching kids that maybe they don't have an interest in and taking away opportunities from other guys potentially.
Oh, every team probably travels with 30 guys down there.
Yeah.
Right? They really do. And, it's you don't owe players, games and stuff like that, but the reality is they're there for a showcase. So you want to get them in the lineup, right? Yeah. And you want to give an opportunity to other teams to look at your players as well, because if, you're a bubble guy looking on the outside, looking in, you want an opportunity to play for somebody.
Yeah.
Right? So it's tough, man. It's a fine line between what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's not.
Yeah.
And
can't keep everyone happy.
Yeah. Right, we know that. It's always an argument. Not an argument, but always a discussion. And I don't think anybody knows the answer to it. I really don't. Just like this, with the new landscape of the players coming in.
Yeah.
With the way the schools are, everything going on with NCAA and Major Junior in Canada and that whole thing. The BCHL now is kind of taking a revert and I'm not saying they're falling apart, but things aren't good over there.
They're having to rebuild teams.
And players are leaving and it's crazy, man. I think it'll take a year or two before, the dust settles, before anybody really understands what's going on, including ourselves.
Yeah.
Just wait till that portal opens up this year.
Yeah.
It's going to go back to like COVID numbers because of how many guys are going to enter the portal with how many major junior guys pushed down. Guys got to find new homes. One school's out, so there's 30 guys that are going to hit the portal automatically. 30 less spots available in Division I hockey. Yeah. Plus all the kids coming in to take other kids' spots. Like it's going to be, once that portal opens up, there's going to be a lot of kids, unfortunately, who are committed that are going to get decoded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just what it is, man. It sucks, but it's just the game. Just like the players change all the time too. Like, you look back 15, 20 years ago, the player then versus now is completely different.
No.
And it should be, right, as time moves on. But like you look at the development of the players. Like back when I was playing, our training would be go to the gym 2 weeks before training camp and get back in shape, right? Yeah. Now it's like these kids are doing freaking everything and anything to get an advantage of
all year.
Of their abilities, their fitness. It's not so much weightlifting; it's more core work. It's more stretching. It's more, bottom stuff. I never worked on my legs ever. I was more of a chest arm guy.
It shows.
I mean? Yeah, I can tell.
I got nice legs though.
I haven't noticed.
Just ask me, I'll tell you. 75 goals in puppy. I'm not sure if you knew that or not.
Oh, how many?
75, man. Puppy.
That's
that wasn't
impressive.
practice either. That was just strictly games.
Just games,
man. Titan TPM.
Can we prove that?
Yeah, man. I'll pull some stats.
Right.
You know why I know that? You know Paul Brody.
Yeah.
Mr. Statistician. He's a buddy of mine, and he'll find out anything about everybody, or anybody. So he pulls up the stupid stat. I'm like, dude, where did you get that? And it's actually a newspaper clipping. I swear to God.
How did he find? He found it on the internet.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know
some
they had
pictures.
the internet when you were playing.
Well, it was AOL.
I thought he had to go to the library archives.
Rotary dial. Whatever. But anyway, so times have changed, man.
Yeah.
It's coaches are changing. Just the whole landscape of everything.
It's different, that's for sure.
No, I'm not
For
saying
better
that,
or for worse, who knows? I yet to be decided, I think.
No, I think you're better for worse, whatever it is, it is.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, you're not going to run out of players because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, you're still going to have a good product. You're still going to produce good players, and there's still going to be opportunities for kids at every level. Just as I tell my kid, just be better.
Yeah. 100%. That's really what it is.
Just be better.
You're just going to see other levels of hockey just get better too. Like at the college level now, like you're going to see like ACHA hockey is already really good, but it's going to get a lot better. And so now instead of 20 good teams, you're going to see 30 good teams.
And you're going to see, and I would bet on it, that you're going to see Division III, not just offer academic stuff.
Aaron, can you keep it down over there, please?
Hey, if you're going to ruin our podcast, go home, bro.
Keep it down.
You know what I mean? Just because you're sick, you know what I mean? Don't have to ruin our show, bro. Aaron. He's sick. He's sick again. The guy's he's sick every other day. You know what I mean?
Still shows up.
Well, he's here. I don't know if he shows up, but he's here. Just kidding, Aaron. But you're going to see, I think, Division III not just offer academic stuff, but you're going to see some more money coming. I believe that.
Yeah, I think you'll see alumni kick money in, and they can use it as NIL and do it that way.
If there's a will, there's a way, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know, they'll finagle that. It's even ACHA.
yeah. I can tell you right now, it already happens.
Yeah.
100%
Like,
happens.
Like, you're trying anyway.
Yeah.
There's
There's a lot of kids that play ACHA Division I hockey that pay next to nothing to play, and they're provided a Division I experience in the process of doing so. Because the thing about ACHA is that there's big schools in that league, right? Like which the bigger the school, the more alumni, the more money that gets kicked in, the bigger the sponsors, and so there's a lot of money there. Like if guys want, if money's a thing, ACHA could be the route for a guy to go because there's a lot of affordable ways to play in that league.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way that I look at it is, would you rather go to, Joe's, Division III school or Alabama or, and get the college experience and have really good
Exactly.
Kids got to decide, is D3 what they want to do and go to a small school. I mean, I went to Adrian, which was tiny. It's a city block. It's tiny, it was awesome for me, but, maybe some kid wants that Oklahoma or, whatever experience on top.
Nobody goes to OU. Not out of here.
Right. But like everyone, like when I say everybody, but the whole visage is Division I or bust. Right. And I'm so against that.
Yeah.
Just due to the fact is, like, at the end of the day, how many kids are going to go pro after this? 1%. We're talking ECHL.
Yeah.
Or overseas, 1-2%. Federal league. Do you call that professional? I don't know. I guess it is, right? And I'm not taking a shot, but you know what I mean? So I guess it is, right? Same back when I played with the Whipple.
Yeah.
But, you look at an individual, like, what are your plans after your 4 years?
Yeah.
Are you committed to an education? Or are you going to try to ride this dream as long as you can, which I think you should as a male.
Yeah.
Female's different. I'm a father and I can speak that, but of a daughter. But like, what are you doing after your 4 years? So do you want to focus on the college experience?
Yeah.
You want to focus on a team that you're going to play minutes? Like you got guys committed to Division I, they play 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the stands. How fun is that?
And they're full pay.
And they're full pay.
Because every college needs those guys. And so that's another reality. And then, like, guys go pro out of every level now. D3, D1, right. ACHA. Like, I had a kid from UCO who's just played about 5 coast games this year. Got a good opportunity to play in the coast out of the ACHA. So, like, your career's not necessarily over. It's just a matter of how you approach it in those 4 years. And then you're leaving with a good piece of paper. Like, there was a couple of D3 schools that when I was coming out of junior that I talked to, and my mom was like, no. Like she just looked at the quality of education. And she's like, you're not going there.
Right.
And that's one of the big reasons why. And so, like, you can get a good education. Not saying that all D3 schools are bad education. There's some really good ones, actually. But it's just about balance. Again, it goes back to what you said earlier. It's the best fit for the kid.
Mm-hmm. And that's I think the culture that's put on these kids by themselves is, the social media is a mother. You know what I mean? Like you're talking like it's everywhere. If you're not doing something, you're not in the you're not keeping up with the Joneses. You're on the outside looking in. So you're that individual.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking on experience with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you guys will get there. Once they get a little bit older, you're going to feel it. And it sucks, man.
Yeah.
When you like, firsthand that I had to leave for reasons.
Yeah.
And I guess you do too. And that was shitty.
Yeah.
That was really, really crappy.
Yeah. Oh.
And I was that guy, like, suck it up. You know what I mean? I was that guy, dude, like, really?
Yeah.
Until I lived it.
Yeah.
And now it's like I've ate every word that I've ever said about mental health.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the shits. And it's because there's so much pressure put on these kids by themselves. And I wouldn't say parents, but I would assume there's some parents out there that do put a lot on.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
But, as far as your peers, it's a mother, man.
It is.
Have seeing it on your phone every day. Like, I got to do that. I got to be this. I got to be that.
Well, luckily for us, our podcast is ranked number 1 in the country.
Yeah.
So we don't have to focus with, the negative on that,
No. What's a script?
Yeah, exactly. To you go.
Yeah, no, it's tough. And I think, like, elite prospects is the best and the worst thing to happen in the game of hockey.
Right.
Like, it's great from a recruiting standpoint, but kids get so caught up in that, man, and what's on their elite prospects, and I get it. I get it because people do put a premium on it, and it's unfortunate. But don't recruit the league, recruit the player.
Amen to that. But this is a conversation that we could have for a week. On just
I got a lot of thoughts.
you walk I've had parents call in the past like, hey man, my kid was missing 3 assists and 2 goals, and like, really? Again, I get it now, but back in the days, like, who cares? Because there wasn't elite prospects. You know what I mean? You're getting phantoms anyway. It's going to be made up. But now it's like these kids are so drawn, like, please give me that assist, because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Elite prospect, man.
The first season that I played here, those games don't even exist on the internet.
Right?
Because of whatever we were using as a score
Point
thing
streak.
at the time.
Point streak.
Point streak, yeah.
And they don't exist. And it's like, who cares? Like, who cares?
I was having a conversation with an advisor this morning, and if you're good enough, you're going to get
They're
noticed.
going to find you. Yeah.
Yep.
And kids today, like, obviously they need to do their research and they need to help as much as they can with the process. But at the end of the day, it falls on your shoulder as a player. You need to, like, produce, perform,
Absolutely.
and if you're not, a lot of that rides on you.
Yeah.
Make your success so a lot of people can't ignore it, man. Like, that should be your goal.
Now, we as an organization, we've taken some steps that we're going to help these kids and really get the grind out there and make this experience that is going to be extremely beneficial. I believe that. And it's going to take the whole crew doing it. And I believe in that.
Yeah. It is work. And in addition to, like, the changing landscape for the player, it changes on our end too, where it used to be, as a coach, you just sit and wait. Your good players get noticed. They will pick up the phone. They will call you. They will email you, and then you pass along those opportunities. Those days, does that still exist? Of course, but you have to be more proactive now as a coach to reach out and get these kids exposure in front of other coaches and put them, on their recruiting list and bring it to their attention and do the work and reach out to these schools and say, hey, here's the GPA, here's the major, like, so that you can try to get these kids more opportunities. I think now the landscape has changed on our end too.
Yeah. And like, for sure, and I think it should, like, not fully, but, like, we want to do the best we can to help these kids advance. And it's a grind. Mm-hmm. It's not easy.
No.
And, coaching when they're on the ice, there's so much more to it than that, as you both know.
Yeah.
Both as players and as coaches.
For sure.
And it takes an army, man, and the commitment from not only the player but the coach of the organization to the booster club to everybody plays a factor.
For sure.
And I'm always a glass half full kind of guy versus a glass half empty. And we're getting 3/4 of a cup now, fellas. I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No
Well,
doubt.
need a tissue? Anyway, I'm done preaching. I get a little pissed off.
Hop off
Still
your
haven't
soapbox,
slept.
buddy.
Haven't slept in a while.
What do you mean? You were on vacation.
You're on vacation.
Whatever, fellas.
Sit on a beach. Come on.
Beach? There's no freaking beach in Poland, bro, except the ocean.
Well,
Except the
That's-
ocean?
Is there no? Well, no, there's no ocean near it. Where's the nearest ocean? Copenhagen, Denmark. There's one there.
The land in front of a lake is also called a beach.
yeah. A pond. You could
Show
probably
me
call that
show me a lake in Poland.
Oh,
There's got to be a lake in
I'm
Poland.
sure there is, but I didn't freaking see one. It's not that big of a country, man.
that's pretty big.
It's big enough to have a lake.
I'm not saying that there isn't, but I'm telling you, man, it's not what you think, Mike.
I believe it.
It was cool though, man.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know,
I
this
wanna
is
go.
my second time there, and
Did you meet your buddy?
no, I was looking for him though.
You were. No, you weren't.
Dude,
Well, you were keeping an eye out for him. You weren't
there
looking
was a
for him.
guy. Nah, I was keeping an eye out for him. There was a guy. This like Polish dudes are big, man. This guy had to have been 6'3", 6'4", and what's that guy's name? Where it's what the hell is he? He's a big. It's a cartoon where he's a really really big dude. And the Minions. What's his name?
Dominion.
You know the Minion.
Gru?
Gru. He looked exactly like freaking Gru, man.
Nailed it.
And
Nailed it.
I was just like, dude, this guy's monster big. And like pissing that guy off, it'd probably take a whole hockey team to stop him, man. But he was massive. And then the Polacks, like when they played, the fans it was packed.
Yeah.
Like literally packed.
That's cool.
And,
awesome.
you know, they go back. I would like to go to Iceland just because.
You know, Iceland is actually green. And Greenland is covered in ice.
Yeah, that's true. Mighty Ducks.
Wow. But anyway, gentlemen, this weekend, again, a big test. Odessa, then you get the break, get a couple days off. Back to the grind when you get back.
You need to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need to take that. But anyway, we'll reconvene. Are you? We'll do a podcast next week. We'll talk about whatever.
I'll be in Illinois.
We're on Christmas break. What do you mean?
I'll be in
No.
Illinois, so
Are you? When are you leaving?
I'm flying.
That's
out
what
Sunday.
that was. I know you're staying here.
I'm flying out Sunday.
Nice.
3.
So we'll vacation, huh?
Yeah.
Taking a vacation.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I guess Mike will talk shit about Sherman.
I'm not
Because you talk shit about me when I'm gone, Sherman. Don't
I do
forget.
not.
Don't think that I didn't. I don't remember.
I never talked shit. I just made fun of you.
It was good though.
It was good.
It was pretty funny. But you know, paybacks of
I think that was the highest viewed podcast.
it could be.
I think so.
Could be. Maybe we're onto something. Maybe we had to get rid of myself and turn it
Just
over to
put me-
you.
You host.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, good luck this weekend. All the best, and we'll reconvene
That's
with you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Mike, we'll talk next week.
You can
We'll get Steve on maybe.
Can't wait.
Yeah, get Steve on.
I think he's going home too for good.
Is he really? Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, gentlemen, good luck this weekend, and we'll talk soon.
All right.
Thank you.